Hi students, if you are listening to this video, means you are curious to learn, means you are a learner. A learner keeps learning. This video will help you to understand pronouns and types of pronouns. So first we will discuss what the topics we have discussed in part 1 and in part 2, and here in this video we will continue. So we have learned already what is pronouns. Let me repeat it for you. Pronouns are words that are used in place of nouns. We have learned types of pronouns. I have told you to learn or to get all the types of pronouns by heart. Students, if you have not done it, please do it, because this will be important for your exams and for having good information about pronouns. We have discussed personal pronouns and we have also done the exercise. If you have not done the exercise, I request you to go through part 1 and part 2 or download the video so that you may watch it later on. In the last video, I have taught you about possessive pronouns. These are the possessive pronouns. These are the possessive pronouns that we have used here in this exercise number C. And I have told you about the exercise. I have discussed about the answers. So if you have not done it, please do it, and you also write it on your notebook. Demonstrative pronouns we have discussed. Interrogative pronouns, I had given you a homework in the last video, and I promised to all of you that I will tell you the answer. So here is the answer. You can write it on your book. If you have done it already, then you can check your answers, and if any answer is wrong, you can correct it seeing the answers I have given for you. Once again, I request all the students to please write it on your notebook. We will discuss reflexive pronouns. We will try to collect more information about reflexive pronouns. So, to understand reflexive pronouns, we will take the definition of reflexive pronouns given on the textbook. Reflexive pronouns are those which reflect upon or go back to the subject. Means he hurt himself accidentally. So this is reflected upon the subject as it is given on the definition. So in the definition we can see that it reflects upon the subject. He hurt himself accidentally means who has done this? He has done it, nobody else. They will inform you themselves means who will inform? They will do it themselves, means it has a reflection upon the subject. First person I, second person you, and third person singular number he, she, it. First person plural number we, second person plural number you, and third person plural number they. For I we use myself, for you we use yourself, and for he himself, for she herself, and it itself. For the plural we use for we ourselves, You, for the plural we use yourselves. They, for use, they, we use themselves. So students, let's try to understand reflexive pronouns. Point number 1. When the subject or object of a verb is the same person or thing, means I hurt myself, means who has hurt? I. He has done it himself, nobody else has done it. For emphasis, I made the pie myself. Suppose if I hide this, I made the pie. If somebody does not believe it, we put little emphasis. We stress on the statement, writing myself or adding myself with the statement. With this statement, we add myself to emphasize. Used after verbs with prepositions to clarify which person or thing we are talking about. Let's take an example. She is very happy with herself. Used after verbs with prepositions to clarify which person or thing we are talking about. She is very happy with herself, means she is happy. How she is happy? She is happy with herself. Not used where people normally performs actions on themselves like washing, combing or dressing, which is a part of their normal routine. Suppose your mother cooks at home. We do not use herself with this statement. My mother cooks herself, means my mother cooks. Everybody knows that mothers cook. So we do not use herself in this statement, which is already expected. Reflexive pronouns are used when someone does something he or she is not expected to do. So we use reflexive pronoun when something is not expected. Though she is blind, she cooks food herself. Do you expect that a blind girl can cook? But if a blind girl cooks, then we can use reflexive pronoun to indicate that though she is blind, she cooks food herself, means she does it, which is not expected. Emphatic pronouns. Emphatic pronouns are the same as we have studied in the reflexive pronouns. These are reflexive pronouns which are used for emphasis. Emphasis means put stress on the statement. I myself cooked the meal. You can see that where it is used just after the subject. The forms of emphatic pronouns are same as that of reflexive pronouns, means this is the same words. Myself, herself, these are known as reflexive pronoun, as well as it is used to emphasis. Uses of emphatic pronouns. They are used for emphasizing the nouns. This means that even if they are left out, the sentence would still make sense. What does it say? I'm just removing this myself. I went there. This has a sense. If suppose we remove myself, it does not lose the sense. It makes the sense. I went there. But suppose if we use myself, it expresses more about I. It makes more clear about I. I went there myself. So I'm giving it as a homework. and I will tell you the answer in the next video. So you may write that what is that? Either it is used as a reflexive pronoun or it is used as a emphatic pronouns. You read out the sentence and it will declare or it will express either himself, herself, myself, yourselves, or yourself, themselves. All these are used as a emphatic pronouns or reflexive pronouns. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are pronouns used to join a phrase or a clause with another in a sentence. Students, let me tell you about phrase. A phrase is a group of words. So relative pronouns joins phrases, means the group of words. Both the phrases are joined by who. Who is a relative pronoun. Who, whom, whose, which, and that. You can look at this. These are the relative pronouns. We will see the uses of relative pronouns. Who and whom are used for persons only. Singular or plural nouns or any nouns of masculine, feminine, or common gender. If you do not understand this, I make you more clear about it. The man, the ladies. This is masculine, this is feminine. Who is used for both of them. Means it does not make any difference with masculine and feminine, and it also does not make any difference with singular and plural. When we use the relative pronouns whom, we have to be careful. The girls who appreciated the dancers and the people appreciated the dancers whom they had met. When you will read this sentence, these two sentences, you will understand that here who is used as a subject and whom has been used as an object. Whose is used for both persons and things. Whose you can see in this sentence and whose you can also see in this sentence. Here it is used for the person and here it is used for the sentence. Let's turn. Which is used for things and animals. The book which I gave him is lost, and the deer which was killed was carried to the village. Means here it is which is used for the thing, and which here in second number B is used for the deer, which is an animal. So you can understand seeing the example. Students, I will continue in my next video uses of that, and I will give you the homework. As I have given you homework to do this exercise number E, and I will tell you the answer. I will tell you the answer in the next video. Hope you have listened to this video very carefully and you have learnt about the relative pronouns and reflexive pronouns. Sometimes it is little confusing for the students, for the people, but for you, when you will go through it, when you will understand it, it will be very easy for you to understand, and I will tell you more about it in my next video. Thank you so much. Hope you will do it. Means hope you will do the homework on the book, and when I will tell you the correct answer, you may write it on your copy. Thank you very much. Have a great time. Stay safe.